Hi, I'm Jane. I love to garden. Today I'm going to experiment with fall jug sowing. Come along. Okay, I cut 4 jugs like I do with the traditional winter sowing. Drainage holes cut in half. And I'm going to fill these with broken down wood chips. And then for these 4, because it's a first try in the fall, I'm going to fill them with coneflower seeds. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to duct tape or put twine. I think the problem with the fall sowing in Utah is we're going to need to keep the moisture in. So I'm going to keep this under it the whole time. Because every ounce of rain we get here, we want to conserve. I have these 4 filled up. I think I'm going to go get some rabbit poo. I don't have any potting soil right now, but this is an experiment. So I'm going to put the top layer with rabbit poo, and then I will show you how I'm going to put the seeds in. I decided to fill up some large containers and do some fall sowing in these ones. Next up, rabbit poo, rabbit bedding. Okay, these are seeds from the front yard. These are the white asters that I used in a lot of my bouquets. So I want to sow them into here. So I'm gonna just kind of go like this. I will be covering this in plastic. Looks like we've got a straw flower there. So I've also done some of this white aster. I've just kind of sewed it back here. So let's see which one does a little bit better. Gardening is experimenting. Have fun with it. Don't get so caught up on the little tiny things. Just have fun. Use what you have. Make it more accessible to what you have. I have rabbits. I have chickens. I have wood chips that I get for free. Just experiment. I have a lot of seed over here that I'm going to try to fall jug sow in the fall. I've got some asters, I've got some coneflower, campanula, lots of different things here that I'm just going to put in containers. Keep them watered and see how well they do through the fall, winter, and then we'll see what they do in the spring. Here's some coneflower. Let's take some of these heads and we're going to go put them in those jugs. So I'll just cut off a few of these. These are just the regular purple ones, but they get pretty big and pretty tall. The bees love them. I just went and collected a lot of seeds from the front yard. These are purple asters. In this handful I have some coneflowers and some Rutabekia. These are all really great seeds, good components for jug sowing in the fall. Let's go plant them. This is purple aster, and I am going to put them in both of these containers. It's not too windy today, but if it's super windy, you might have to wet down your medium first. So I want more of this. I've been using it a lot in the bouquets. So here is some coneflowers. So I'm just going to break up the head and put it right in the jug. Just like that. So you're going to get chaff and seeds, but honestly, the chaff just breaks down and then the seeds sprout. So there's one coneflower. These are the purple coneflower, the ones that the bees love. So if you look really close in here, you can see the difference between the seeds and the chaff. Let me see if I can help you find what the seeds look like. There it is. Okay, the seeds have more of an arrow shape, and they're all very uniform. And then the chaff is just kind of like sharp, pokey. So let's see if we can do this again and show you some more. So if I was to look through this big bunch, seed, 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 seed. And a lot of people are picky and they just put just the seeds in, but I've done it both ways and this is easier. Might as well just go for it. Just put the whole thing in there. And it kind of spaces them out a little bit better too when you have the chaff and the seeds. And then I'll just, okay, this last one right here, last of the purple coneflower, I'm just going to put right in here. And then the next one, I will do Rutabekia. And this isn't the fancy Rutabekia, this is just that little, it's kind of a littler one, Black-Eyed Susan. Do you see those? It's the same thing. We're going to cut up the top like this. Let's see if you can see this. And you're going to have seeds and you're going to have chaff. But put it all in. It'll be okay. And you do want to use some sort of, you do want to use these because they're really sharp. The coneflowers especially. Okay, I think I have one more of those. Now I need to wet this all down. Can't talk today. This one didn't look like it got quite mature. That one might not work as well, but I still have quite a few of these other ones. I'm just going to use this to kind of spread them around a bit. Those of you who have done this before, do you duct tape these closed in the fall? Go ahead and give me a comment about that. Okay, I just labeled them. And now I'm going to go get a hose and wet it down. These ones over here I made tags out of blinds, old blinds that were in the garage that were dead. Let's wet these down, put some plastic over the top of these ones. Make sure to put holes in your plastic so the water can get in. I am going to keep these bins under them because I live in Utah. We need to hold on to as much moisture as we can. Okay, follow along for an update. Okay, so I reused a muffin tin that I used last year, and I just got some bigger holes in there so the water could get in. And then I tied it with twine. Let me show you the side. That's what I'm using. So here's another one. Nice good sized holes in there that can get some water in. My original ones I just put seeds in, and then I'm going to tie it with twine. When you're doing projects like this, don't worry about fancy. Worry about reusing plastic. So if you can see your hand through the plastic that you're using, then that's a good indicator that it will work because the sun will be able to get through it. And once again, do not use something at the bottom if you're in a very humid spot that has a lot of rain. I'm testing that theory out because we are in a very arid area and we need to save all the water we can. So go try it out. Go fall sow some jugs. And as I figure this method out a little bit more, I will show you how much you have to water. Bye. I'm going to reuse this plastic that cookies came in over the top of the asters that I just did. It kind of fit in perfect. So what I'm going to do is break some holes into it with a knife. And then I've got to make some holes on kind of the side so that I can get some twine. I'm going to put a hole here, put some twine, have the twine go under, and then a hole over here so that it'll stay on when we get those windy days. one that's already kind of like this is reusing. These are for grapes or plums or any type of fruit. It's already got holes at the top. It already has holes at the bottom. So these work really well in humid areas, but for arid areas, you want to make sure you keep it in a container that will catch some of that water. But I'll fill this one up too. Let's see if I can show you what I mean. So I put a hole in the side. I'm going to have to tie it off camera maybe. I secured it. I tied it. Now this twine is going to go under. And it's going to come all the way to the other side. I put it all the way under. And then I have the twine up to the other side. And let's find that hole. And just kind of thread it through the hole and tie it. Okay, here's my experiment. So I told you I put the twine on the bottom and tied it to the top. Make sure you have holes at the top and then water really well. If we don't get moisture, we're not going to get it here in Utah. You're going to have to bring out a jug of water. You're going to have to water this once a week. And then let's see how the experiment works. So my experiment is done. I used broken down wood chips, mostly. And then the top layer I put rabbit poo. I put the seeds in that are hardy perennials to my zone. And then I put a piece of plastic over the top of it, make sure there's holes at the top, make sure there's holes at the bottom, make sure it's secure so the wind doesn't just come take it away. If you live in an arid climate like me, I would place it in a basin that can receive and hold water. If you live in a humid area, let the water come through freely. But it's just an experiment, but I'm excited to try it. Stay updated and I will give you more videos on it. Bye. Make sure to place it somewhere you can get to it often. This one's right out the back door. This is what I meant by if you live in Utah, get something that can catch the rain. Or anywhere arid, really. If you live in a humid area, let the water come through freely. The other part of this experiment will be just placing seeds out in the open, kind of like how they reseed, and seeing which one does better. Can you see that? I just dumped it. Let's see what does better. Bye.